Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
From Homestead Media, this is HHS In-Depth.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth. Up first on today's show, Leah Stoip gives us a recap of IASB 2025, a broadcasting awards ceremony where many Spartans brought home awards. Then Emma Newberry brings us a story of a Homestead teacher with a very unique hobby. Later on, you'll hear about the Sax and Homestead Show Choir sweep that took place last weekend. And finally, Josh Bobe recaps the past week in Homestead athletics, including the boys basketball team's stunning sectional win last weekend, and another edition of Down to the Wire. All of this and more only on today's episode of HHS In-Depth. Today is Friday, March 14th, and thank you for joining us today on HHS In-Depth. I'm Caroline Burns.
And I'm Kenley Sugart.
And Kenley, with the weather increasingly getting warmer and Zesto's finally opening for the season, I have to say it feels like summer is just around the corner.
I know, I've missed summer so much, but I've yet to make my trip to Zesto's. I'm hoping this warm weather continues into the weekend so I can enjoy a delicious cone outside.
Well, lucky for us. And now is reporter Grace Dickmeyer to let us know if this weekend will be a good one for ice cream eating.
Well, guys, it looks like you can take that trip to Zesto's. We are finally seeing some of the higher temps in the forecast, so when you're walking out of school today, expect partly cloudy skies and a high of 75, while the low is 58. I, for one, am ecstatic that I won't be needing my coat. Looking ahead to the weekend, Saturday may be a little bit gloomier, with showers continuing throughout the day, with a high of 70 and a low of 42. Sunday will be mostly cloudy, with a high of 46 and a low of 28. This was your Weekend Weather Report. Grace Dickmeyer, HHS In-Depth.
And now we go beyond Homestead.
The U.S. Department of Education is facing major cuts, with nearly 50% of its workforce being eliminated. Education Secretary Linda McMahon announced Tuesday that hundreds of employees will be laid off following voluntary buyouts as part of Trump's administration plan to downsize the agency. McMahon called the cuts a step towards reducing bureaucratic bloat and ensuring resources go directly to students, parents, and teachers. Those affected will begin teleworking before being officially terminated in 90 days. In other news, Southwest Airlines is ending its long-standing free checked bag policy for most passengers. Starting May 28th, only Rapid Rewards A-List preferred members and Business Select travelers will still receive 2 free checked bags, while other loyalty members will get limited free baggage perks. All other passengers will face new baggage fees, though the airline has not yet disclosed pricing. Southwest also announced plans to introduce basic fares and assigned seatings in the coming years. The airline says these changes aim to attract new customers and boost profitability.
Thank you, Kenley, for some news outside the walls of Homestead. This past weekend, several Homestead students were able to have their hard work in broadcasting recognized at the annual IASB conference at Butler University. In now is reporter Leah Stoip to tell us more about the event and the students who were recognized.
In the wake of the DECA conference last week, there's another conference taking students out of school. Indiana's Association of School Broadcasters held their annual conference here at Butler University this Monday, celebrating not business, but digital media.
It's like the Super Bowl for broadcasting. You get a big conference with workshops and sessions. You get to network with peers and others, and it ends with a humongous awards ceremony.
An awards ceremony that Homestead students placed extremely well in this year.
I won 4 first places for Video Show Open, Cinematography, Video Field Reporter, and also me Keegan and Will had a video sports package that won first place as well. And then I had a couple second and thirds and honorable mentions as well.
For photojournalism, I got first place. For cinematography and comedy, I got second place. And for video field reporter, I got third place.
At IASB, Homestead students won 15 first place awards, 7 second place awards, 4 third place awards, and 7 honorable mentions. From the success of individual students like these, the school as a whole placed well, winning School of the Year for 4 out of 5 divisions in a highly competitive environment.
As a teacher, I've submitted to national awards, I've submitted to regional awards. This is the most competitive one.
More than just a competition, it's an opportunity to recognize students' hard work throughout the year.
It's a statewide competition, so there's tons of submissions. I think there was upwards of 600 this year, so it's definitely an honor. And as a program, it's just really an accomplishment for everyone.
It just really felt good winning first place, having everyone cheer, and having my mom being proud of me.
Let's show how we are proud as a school too. Leah Stoip, HHS In-Depth.
Thank you for the story, Leah. Stick around, more HHS In-Depth is coming up next.
Monday, March 17th is St. Patrick's Day. And if you're curious why everyone wears green, here's how the 1500-year-old holiday started. In the 10th or 9th century, St. Patrick's Day was created in Ireland as a religious feast day honoring St. Patrick, one of Ireland's patron saints. The holiday traditions were brought to the U.S. by Irish immigrants, and the first St. Patrick's Day parade in America took place in 1601, located in St. Augustine, Florida. Today, St. Patrick's Day is celebrated worldwide, with common traditions like wearing green attire, public parades and festivals, consuming Irish-themed food and drinks, and having shamrock decorations. So this coming Monday, don't forget to wear green, or else you might get pinched by a leprechaun.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth.
Students, auditions for Homestead's award-winning show choirs are coming up. Workshops run March 18th through the 20th from 5 to 7 p.m. in the choir room, with auditions on Wednesday, March 26th from 3 to 5 p.m. Attend at least 2 workshops to learn the audition song and dance. No experience? No problem. They welcome all students to try out. Pick up an audition packet in the choir room and see Mr. Shaw with any questions. Financial aid is available. Don't miss your chance to join one of the state's top show choirs.
Homestead Seniors, new scholarship opportunities, including several exclusively for HHS students, have been added to the HHS scholarships page online. One highlight is the Sabert Scholarship, a 4-year renewable award available only to a Homestead graduate. To explore this and other opportunities, visit the Homestead High School website, click on the Guidance tab, and scroll down to Scholarships. Don't miss out on these chances to fund your future.
Indiana Humanities hosted the 2025 Poetry Out Loud State Finals at the Indiana Historical Society on Saturday, March 1st. Poetry Out Loud is a national competition where students memorize and recite poetry, much like the National Spelling Bee. Charlotte Wooten, a freshman student, proudly represented Homestead High School at the state level.
If you wish to bring a guest to prom on Saturday, April 19th, you will need to complete a guest request form, which is available outside of the discipline office. Please plan ahead because the form requires signatures from a variety of people. Completed forms are due by 3 p.m. on Friday, April 11th, and late submissions will not be accepted. Don't wait. Secure your guest spot today.
The Riley Dance Marathon is happening on Friday, March 21st from 5 to 9 p.m. in the Victory Gym. This year's theme is Carnival, featuring exciting games and candy prizes. Entry is through door 1, and there will be food and drinks for sale, along with raffle tickets for a chance to win some great prizes. The $15 admission includes a t-shirt for the event. Don't miss out on this chance to support a great cause while enjoying a night of fun and entertainment.
Students, if you're interested in running for student government for the 2025-2026 school year, be sure to check your Canvas inbox for a message from Senior Peeper. The message contains important details about the election process and a link to the application. The deadline to submit your application is 3 p.m. on Thursday, March 20th. Don't miss out on the opportunity to make a difference at your school.
Interact Club's annual Penny War kicks off on Monday, March 17th and runs through Friday, April 18th. Each fifth period class will receive a collection container. And here's how it works. Pennies and bills add points to your class total. 1 penny equals 1 point, and each dollar equals 100 points. While silver coins subtract points to sabotage other classes. The class with the most points per student will win a sweet treat of their choice. Pizza, cookies, donuts, ice cream, and more. All proceeds from the Penny War will go to the Mobility Worldwide cause, helping provide mobility carts for individuals in Malawi who cannot walk.
Ever wanted to explore the Dominican Republic? This July, you'll have the chance to experience whitewater rafting, ziplining, snorkeling, and more. If you're ready for an adventure, reach out to Mrs. Bush at the email address shown here for more details.
This past weekend, both the middle school and the high school show choirs competed at the Cherubusco Show Choir competition and dominated, coming away with a full sax sweep. This means that Class Act won first place and Best Choreo Friday night for the middle school division. On Saturday, Homestead Elite won Best Vocals, Best Choreo, Best Crew, Best Band, and First Overall. And then Class Royale won Best Choreo, Best Vocals, and won first place overall. Finally, we had 3 of Homestead's soloists win solo comp, sweeping the entire category. Sax has not experienced a win like this since 2018, but they continue to have traditions when both groups do win.
Well, one tradition we have is that the choirs always sit behind the stage on the bleachers back there. That's kind of the Homestead spot. So that's always a fun little tradition where we go upstairs and we're able to watch the awards happen from the backstage, pretty much. I have a tradition that I think I'm going to retire after this year. When both groups win, and it's happened a couple times at Cherubusco, there's about a 6-ish to 8 foot drop, something like that, off of the bleachers onto the stage. And so I jump off of that. Mr. Sherman likes to lead the chant on stage when both groups have swept. I'm just super proud of all the groups. It was a great way to finish our local competition season, and now we're off to New York to have a great time out there and compete one last time.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to scale a rock wall? One Homestead teacher has a passion for rock climbing, and our own Emma Newberry is here now to tell us how this teacher spends his time outside the classroom climbing to new heights.
We've all heard the rumors that teachers apparently live at the school, but this teacher contradicts that, spending his afternoons rock climbing in his very own home.
You know, it's something I do almost every day. I'm either at our local bouldering gym that just opened a few months ago, or I'm in my garage climbing on my wall, or I'm hangboarding, or there's some kind, I don't take a lot of rest days.
What keeps rock climbing so engaging for him to keep spending all this time doing it?
There's an incredible variety to it. There are routes, especially outdoors, where some of them will favor endurance, some are more about power, some are really technical or balancy, and it's just, and there's always something just a little bit more difficult for you to try next once you've figured one route out. And it's also just a great way to get to see the country, there isn't a vacation I take anymore that doesn't have climbing nearby.
If you're interested in getting more information on rock climbing or how to get involved, you can visit Summit City Climbing Company's Instagram for more information. Emma Newberry, HHS In-Depth.
Thanks for the story, Emma. We'll be right back with more HHS In-Depth.
After that drastic change in the weekend, Monday will continue to be a little chillier than last week, with the high being 47 and the low being 37, so you may want to grab a coat walking out the door. Tuesday will warm up, the high being 62 and the low being 49, with partly cloudy skies. And Wednesday will be even warmer, with the high of 68 and a low of 45, and mostly cloudy skies. Finally, Thursday will bring morning showers, with a high of 48 and a low of 29. Be sure to go outside and enjoy these crisp spring temperatures while it lasts. This is your weekly weather report. Grace Dickmeyer, HHS In-Depth.
March is Women's History Month, and today we are celebrating Clara Barton. Born in 1821, she fearlessly delivered aid to soldiers during the Civil War and later founded the American Red Cross in 1881. Clara Barton's legacy of compassion and determination continues to inspire generations to make a difference in the lives of others. This March, let's celebrate the women in our lives who make a difference.
Next week on HHS In-Depth, reporter Justin Estrada brings us a story over a teacher's assistant here at Homestead and how you can get involved as well. Be sure to catch that story and much more next week on HHS In-Depth.
Welcome back to Down to the Wire. I'm Josh Bobe. Some of our winter sports teams are nearing an end, while others are just getting their season started. Starting with boys basketball, last Friday and Saturday, our boys basketball team went to play in sectionals at Wayne High School. They won their first game Friday versus Huntington North 57-51. The next day, they came back to Wayne to play against Wayne, and in a game that came down to the wire, they came out with a win 56-52. Here's what some of the players had to say about the win as well as the upcoming game.
You know, winning sectionals, coming in as underdogs, meant a lot for us as a team, as a community, as an environment. I mean, we all are just family out here, and we just had a mindset that we weren't really the underdogs coming into it. Like, we know what we could win, and we just went out there and performed.
Especially losing 2 years in a row, it makes it feel better, and it was at their place.
I'm super excited to play against Carroll. The fact that we play a rival in regionals, it's going to be super fun, so I'm really looking forward to it.
And it's going to be a tough one, especially beating them in the regular season. It's always hard to beat a team twice, but it's going to be a fun one, especially in regional if you get an opportunity to play them.
Yo, make sure everyone's there. Logansport, 7 o'clock on Saturday. Everyone make sure, pack the stands and be ready to go.
Well, you heard it from them. Come out to Logansport and support the boys team while they try to win their first regional in a decade. This past Saturday, the boys lacrosse team drove down to Evansville and defeated the defending 1A state champions, Evansville Memorial, in sudden death overtime 7-6. The next day, they played Evansville Rights, winning 13-1 to start the season 2-0 before heading into an away game against North Central this Saturday. Also on Saturday, March 8th, the girls lacrosse team secured 2 wins, defeating North Central 8-5 with standout performances from Marin Johnson, 4 goals, Ella McConnell, 3 goals, and McKenna Wedland, 1 goal, while Elena Kahn and Reha Sarver contributed defensively. Later that day, they dominated South Bend 8-1, with Marin Johnson adding 3 goals and 4 draw controls, Ella McConnell scoring 4 goals, and Keely Nicole making 10 saves. Moving to the gymnastics team, they finished as regional runner-ups with a season-high score of 109.925, earning a spot at the state meet on Saturday, March 15th at Ball State's Worthen Arena. Jill Krieger was crowned all-around regional champion with an impressive 38.475 out of 40, also placing first on bars and floor, second on vault, and 6th on beam, while Molly Wilkins, Aubrey Raytai, and Lily Wagner contributed strong performances across events. That'll wrap up this week's edition of Down to the Wire. Make sure to follow Homestead Athletics on both Instagram and Twitter for updates on Homestead-related sports news. Josh Bobe, HHS In-Depth. Back to you, Caroline and Kenley.
Thank you, Josh, and thank you all for watching our show today.
Make sure to follow our socials to keep up with the latest news from Homestead Media.
We look forward to seeing you again next week for another episode of HHS In-Depth.
Enjoy your weekend, Homestead.